Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unnamed Podcast. The reason it is now unnamed is, well, we'll go into it in a minute. I'm not going to do a monologue because I'm going to talk about that in a second. But first, hello, Jake and Josh.
Hello,
Hey,
unnamed host.
How are we?
Good.
Doing well.
Good.
Doing
The
well.
weather's nice. Things seem to be looking up.
Always
So-
looking up.
Hell yeah.
We stopped
you're at the
by Amy's house last night, and it was fun because we social distance drank outside on their front yard, and it was good to see them. So
Awesome.
yeah. So okay, the reason that the podcast today is titled "Cease and Desist" is because I got an email from somebody asking me to cease and desist from using the word kinetic coffee on the podcast. I'm just going to go ahead and read to you live on air the exact email that I received. And then we can digest and talk about this in the comments. I don't actually believe that this named individual actually even listens to this live on Facebook or YouTube. I think he just searched for it and it popped up on the other platforms.
You mean he's not one of our 10 listeners?
I think he Googled himself and found us. So, okay.
Let's
Dear
call him
Mr.
Jorge.
Bender, dear
Let's
Mr.
call him
Bender,
Jorge.
Ooh, it's official. All right.
I
Yeah.
found your podcast and have been listening to them over the past few weeks.
He's
I
been
appreciate the quality of both your content and discussions. Thank you.
All right. Here comes the butt.
listening. Wow.
I have
very
enjoyed
positive.
getting to know, in quotes, you through the podcast. I believe we have much in common, and one particular thing is Kinetic Coffee. I am the managing partner of Kinetic Coffee. We own the U.S. trademark, and we are very active in the outdoor sports and fitness industries. I am connecting to respectfully ask that you stop using the Kinetic Coffee name as part of your business. I am open to the potential of collaborating. However,
Ooh.
as a matter of requirement, I've attached the cease and desist letter from our trademark attorney.
That's negative.
I am real quick. I am hoping this can resolve this informally and happy to schedule a call to speak with you. I have availability this Thursday or Friday. I look forward to hearing from you.
Oh, we should have had him on the podcast.
We should have. Yeah.
Well, we still can if you guys want to, but
Yeah, I think we should do a live call.
it is a legitimate cease and desist letter crafted by an attorney. And it is what it is. So, but let's actually back up a little bit here and let's talk about what our company name actually is.
Oh, you mean Elevated Kinetics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our company name is Elevated Kinetics. It is not Kinetic Coffee. We have nothing registered with Kinetic Coffee. And even our podcast is called the Elevated Kinetics Podcast. We have a weekly segment that we called Kinetic Coffee. And it is not part of our business as he has suggested. We don't make any money from the podcast. This is just something that we do. And
Really?
we named it Kinetic Coffee because it ties into our business name and that we drink coffee on the podcast. That's really it. We're not marketing it. We're not trying to get money out of it. But regardless, we will respectfully use some other name that has nothing to do with anything like that. Now, I did look at his website, and it looks like he roasts and sells coffee. And his affiliation with the fitness industry is that his logo looks like the gears of a bike. We are not a biking company and never will be. So there's that.
Although we promote biking and a physical fitness center.
I have an idea here. I think if he's really serious about this Kinetic Coffee trademark and him being involved in the fitness community and whatnot, we could definitely do a partnership here, and he could send us some beans and we could expose his company in the state of Colorado.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. He's only in one shop in Colorado. So
I'd be curious to see what his coffee tastes like.
So, and I'm not, doing this to like be an asshole or anything. I'm gonna stop using the name and everything. I went down this road of cease and desist when one of our previous coaches left the gym and stole a bunch of our stuff. I'm not going to name which one it was, but it cost me a lot of money just to talk to the attorney to discuss it, and it wasn't worth it because ultimately it couldn't be proven that it was my intellectual property. The same as here, but it's pretty much off base because we're not roasting coffee beans. It's just the use of the name, and that's fine. So
we should have him on next week.
We could. Well, next week we're going to show everybody our new virtual platform.
Week after.
I think you should call him live on air right now. I think we should have a full conversation over the speaker. Maybe we get some free coffee, get some samples, if he's willing, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is a good idea. I don't know how to do that through this platform.
Oh no, I say you just call on your phone and have it on speaker on your phone.
You'd have to hold it up to the mic.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really want to ruffle his. It's fine. He's not in the wrong.
We'll make it official in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll listen to this and maybe he'll hear our request.
Yeah, I mean it's all good. So
it'll just coffee. Yeah.
So if you, the listener, wants to come up with a more creative name for our segment that's not already trademarked, we're all ears. But until then, we are the Elevated Kinetics Podcast.
AKA the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, we can't use that name either. Never mind.
Yeah, trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that. Well, it may not be.
This is gonna be.
It may not be. Weren't the Three Stooges from like the 1920s?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Maybe they don't have a trademark.
Yeah, just so we don't get another cease and desist. I retract my statement.
All right. I have been getting a lot of questions about our new virtual platform, though we're not going to go in depth on it. I just want to talk briefly about it. I got a video coming to our current members, but I have been getting a lot of interest from people that listen to the podcast and people that just know, hey, we're doing this virtual thing. The way it's presented, at least at the lowest level of membership, which is it's really just a program only, but it's in a teaching format. I like to think of it like it's a one-on-one virtual session. So I come on, or Jake comes on, or Josh comes on, and it's a quick briefing, 30 seconds to a minute. Here's what we're doing. Here's what you need to, for space requirements or the things that we'll be using today. Next video. Hey, here's the warm-up today. You get through that. Done. Next video. Hey, here's the first part. It might be 3 sets of 5 in the squat. But we explain it. We talk about the points of performance. We talk about potential mistakes or errors, and you go about it at your own pace. It's not a live Zoom session. Now that gyms can be open again, the live opportunity is more for live and in person. We have cooler ideas for Zoom sessions that aren't physical fitness. So that's essentially how it's going to be presented. It's been harder to build out the platform than I originally anticipated, but it's
always is.
It's extremely professional, and it's a really nice experience. And I haven't found it yet. I'm sure it exists because no good ideas are unique, and maybe it's trademarked somewhere, and I'll get a cease and desist for it. But it is my content. It is my program. It is my 20 years of experience. I'm not regurgitating somebody else's crap. It's cool, and it's a cool personal touch. So if you guys are interested, we'll have links to sign up out next week. And like I said, next week's podcast, we're going to go into depth on the platform so you can kind of look at it, feel it. You can't smell it because there's no smell-o-vision incorporated yet. But Josh is actually working on that behind the scenes.
I just started too.
In practice, I think if you take enough illegal drugs, you might be able to smell it.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
You can smell anything on enough drugs.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs. All right.
So that's all I had for the podcast today. I wanted to share the cease and desist letter because though we only have the same 40 listeners every week, we've reached somebody in California that's asked us to stop using their name.
That's impressive. Because even though this is not necessarily what we wanted to happen,
I want to say that's
a step up.
Yeah.
We know how far our reach is now. That's pretty cool, though.
California.
all the way to California.
I would like to say thank you to that guy. Like I do appreciate him listening. Like that's awesome. Like we got another listener. That's really cool. And in another state, so definitely beneficial.
Actually, I was looking at the analytics, and we have 1 or 2 people in Alaska, somebody in India, Russia. I'm pretty sure I know one of the 3 people it might be in Russia.
Yeah.
So
it actually is getting out there.
I'm curious about the Alaska because I still have people I'm with on Facebook who live up there. So
I bet you it's related to you.
Ooh.
I bet they're watching it because of you. So
hell yeah.
I don't know anyone in Alaska.
I know a few.
I know a severe alcoholic from Alaska, but he hasn't been back. And he's told me that everybody from Alaska is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I got some good news. I don't know if this needs to be public or not, but I guess I'll make it public.
Go ahead.
So with all the crap from our landlord,
yeah,
we received our security deposit back in full.
Oh, thank God. Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that was a big move on their part. So I was very happy about that because some of you guys know it was one of these like long-term lease things, and I asked to go shorter term. And as I was moving out, our neighbor said that they, in fact, were month to month. So that was some real salt in the wound.
Awesome.
And so I assumed they were trying to phase us out, and I figured they'd nickel and dime us for every little thing in the building that may or may not have been us, but they didn't. And they were upstanding about it, and we did get the deposit back.
Awesome.
So
wow.
That's a relief.
It is.
Yeah.
So even that alone is going to help us kind of move forward because A, it's going to help with some of the debt, but B, we can put it into our new platform and make it super professional. So yeah, it'll be good.
Hell yeah.
Word.
Yeah. So did you guys have anything else? That was my main agenda for our podcast today. I figured it'd be a short one.
Josh, you got any updates on nutrition or?
Oh yeah.
Still plugging away. Catherine is back, getting better from her sickness. I would like to talk a little bit about that. I hope she doesn't mind, but yeah.
Just clarify the sickness really quick so nobody gets all weird about being around Catherine. She had mono, strep, something like that. Yeah. And she asked me, is it natural or normal when you go on a diet to feel low energy? Oh. And my initial thought was, no, not at all. And then come to find out, like, I think the next day or whatever, her doctor had diagnosed her. So she's on the rebound. So definitely getting back on track, trying to get her squared away. Kristen, we're making progress, doing our building block sort of thing. So she's crushing it, really enjoying it. So so far, nutrition's going well with people. And if you guys are looking to lose some weight, especially with this downtime over the quarantine, I know we find ourselves getting into patterns, eating out of boredom and stuff like that. I'm your man. I can definitely help you out, relate with you, been there, done that sort of thing. So we can do this together. So,
since we're doing updates, Jake, has there been any communication from USA Weightlifting or any of the LWC stuff about competitions resuming?
I haven't received anything personally. I don't know if they haven't really done a mass email either. So I'm thinking like they're going to stick with online competitions for a while. They actually just released one for the month of June, since June is Pride Month. They're going to do a Pride themed competition, but everybody can compete in it. They're trying to do like an all inclusive thing. Cool. But that once again is an online thing. In terms of local stuff, I think I got an email this morning about the Rocky Mountain State Games being pushed or changed or whatever, but that might be the only thing I've received.
Do you intend to have our athletes compete in the online competition next month or no?
I would like to. I'd like to have them do something, especially those athletes that have kind of a longer window towards the end of where their competitive calendar is. Like if they have a bigger meet at the end of the year, it'd be nice to get them to do something. So little Abby would be an example of that. And then, anybody else that wants to compete and misses the platform, this would definitely be an opportunity for them to do that. So, all athletes, if you'd like to compete, just let me know. We can get you rolling for that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe I'll have my basement up and going because I have a 8x8 platform. We could set up something where I don't know if we do one at a time. I don't know. We can talk about that offline, but that's one idea for people if they want to just get in a different environment. My dark basement might be a good idea.
Well, speaking of your basement, I saw that Katie did a story on Instagram of everything.
It's coming along, huh?
That looks so legit.
Dude, it's reverse hyper, GHD, cable machine, squat rack, rogue bike, rower, 8x8 platform, full set, all of it. So it's legit. I was explaining it to Elizabeth on our strategy call earlier. Like, if I had just an area that I wanted to do only personal training or work with like 3 people at a time, this is the exact type of space I would have. So sorry, the ceiling's not high enough for muscle ups, but we're not doing muscle ups.
We're
all good.
Yeah.
Wear a hockey helmet like we did in my old garage. Exactly. But, I actually tested the muscle up again for the first time in 10 years from low rings.
Did you nail it?
Oh yeah. But it's really hard to do.
Did you go strict or did you hit?
Oh, you have to go strict because you have to do it from a hanging L-sit.
Yeah. That's what I did on Saturday. I got the strict, but see, I guess there's no way you can go kipping because it's so low to the ground.
Yeah, it's just a hanging L-sit muscle up, and it's you got nowhere to hide. Actually, Adam reminded me of it a few weeks ago, and I'm like, I guess I'll try one of those.
Yeah.
But I figured I was too fat, but I pulled myself up and over the rings.
Well, that means you lost enough weight then.
Pays to be strong though.
Or I'm just a strong fat guy.
That could be too.
Yeah.
Strong dad bod going on.
Yeah, exactly. Playing with some new like ways to get strength in. It's the dad bod program, and it's been interesting. Basically, different ways to get the total volume in sets of 3 to 6 or 1 minute rests, and it's been fun to test and play with. So
hell yeah.
It's cool. It'll come down the pipeline to the flagship program is going to be the one with a barbell when we do the virtual, and it's cool because I'm pre-testing all of it, and it's a lot of fun because it's like this perfect mix of strength and like some light rucking. It's a really great all-encompassing fitness program, but not a lot of like Fran intensity, if that makes sense. So it's just more for people that are trying to be generally fit and not trying to like compete in anything. But it's like it's going to be cool. But I'm testing it. So yeah.
Here's a question for you. If people are looking for that type of program, are you going to have that option available if they're looking to compete and stuff like that?
You mean in CrossFit?
Yeah. Like, is that something? No. Okay. Just curious.
Not as like a canned general program.
No. I mean, like if they wanted like a one-on-one sort of thing. Like.
Oh yeah. I still do that stuff like custom, but not like the. So I'm starting with 2 general programs. One has a barbell and one doesn't. One is like you could do with nothing but cinder blocks and a bungee cord that you get at Home Depot. That's more like the Express program. It's still strength-based in nature, but it's not as advanced. It's a lot faster. The other one, the barbell program, is like, this is like exactly what I would do if I had a barbell and I wanted all-encompassing fitness. All the other programs aren't going to be like recurring and ongoing. It's going to be like, all right, you want to get a pull-up? Here's a 6 or 12-week program to get a pull-up. Same format, same style, but they can get those one-off. If they want mobility, that's what you're going to do, Josh. I'm going to show you how I'm recording all this stuff, and we'll get your whole flexibility mobility program out to people. And yeah, we talked about doing it for nutrition too, but I think it's still best to do that custom for now. So yeah. So it will be, I know we keep talking about, we'll show you guys it next week, but we're excited about it because it's just the nuts and bolts crap. It's just so boring and doesn't look flashy, but it takes me hours, and I mostly do this at 3 a.m. So, and these guys know it's true because sometimes I email them at that time and they're like, what is he doing?
Or things change overnight.
It's the Slack chat that I don't get until I wake up because my notifications are turned off.
Or you wake up to it.
I get so much done at that time. It's insane. So, okay, let's sign off of this broadcast here. If you guys just stay tuned, The new program is coming, and don't ask about equipment right now. All right, bye.